Okay, so this is Dayz. Disclaimer: several disclaimers actually. I suck at talking while playing video games, so keep that in mind. Number two, my computer is on its way out, like on death's door. Hell is knocking, so my game might be laggy. Disclaimer number three. Last time I played Dayz, I got shot several times and lost a lot of blood. And when that happens in Dayz, your vision gets blurry. So that's why everything is blurry. Which doesn't necessarily make for a great stream, but the only way I can fix that is by eating copious amounts of food, which I don't have, or using some combination of handcuffs, head bags, blood testing kits, and syringes to steal blood from other real-world players. None of those things that I have. It's also a very complicated and dangerous process. Yeah, so this is Dayz. I'm on a fairly populated server right now, so I'm hoping I'm gonna run into somebody. But you can play either in the third person, like this. This is my guy, obviously I've played before. Because when you start out, you have literally nothing except like the shirt on your back and a flashlight with a single battery. You can also play in first person, which is, that's the way I normally play, but the frame rate's kinda worse when you're in first person, so I'm doing third. But yeah, this is Dayz. It's nothing but survival. The in-game world is 250 square kilometers of like no loading screens, full open terrain with servers. This is a 40-person server, so there can be up to 40 other people on the server. You'd think you wouldn't see that many people in this like vast space, but you actually see like a fair amount, depending on where you are, of course. Shit. Okay. Game is dying. Absolutely dying. But this game, it came out a long time ago, actually. In a different form. It was originally a mod for the Arma 2 military sim, and it was just like this is now, only adding, or just like Arma, but with this game world, and it added zombies and such. And it was immensely popular. It took a little bit to take off, but then it kind of like got hit by storm, and surprisingly, without using a Kickstarter, Rocket, his nickname, Dean Hall, one of the primary creator guy, managed to work on and release this Dayz standalone into early access, and it completely revamps and just does better at everything that the mod had. Like it's really great how it turned out. Like I said, I suck at talking while doing video games. So yeah, keep losing my train of thought, but this is good. I'm hoping I'm gonna come across. That's a bright orange boonie hat. That's not a good idea. I'm hoping I'm gonna come across some other people. I'm sure I'll come across some zombies at some point. The game is still really very buggy. Like, you know, wall clipping here and there. And then there's some other things, like back in the mod. The other great thing about Dayz is it has a very, very, like, active community. and there's lots of inside jokes. Before Dayz was, because Rocket is from New Zealand, and before Dayz came out, they was doing a stream of the standalone, and somebody let slip a little bit of a spoiler or something they wanted to keep under wraps, and Rocket started laughing, and then he was like, "I choked on my Pepsi," because he's, got that heavy Kiwi accent. And they actually created an in-game item called Pepsi. Not Pepsi, Pepsi. And it's just these great little inside jokes that, a lot of which some of, only the hardcore fans will get and appreciate. But it's just got this great community. And, there's lots of complaining, but at the same time, people often have fun with, the bugs and stuff. Because back in the days of the mod, there was about a month-long period where there was this pretty game-breaking mod, or game-breaking bug, where there wouldn't, no food would spawn in the entire map. And at that time, pretty much the only food that was in the game was cans of beans. And then, there are all these jokes about bean wars and people murdering each other, because everybody was, lacking cans of beans. People still murder each other over cans of beans, because that's kind of the point of the game. One of the reasons I've always... Oh my god, my computer's exploding. One of the reasons I've always loved Dayz is it's honestly a lot like a social experiment, because it's honestly so rare to come across people that will help you. Because the game has no overarching objective. The game has no missions. It is all, it's what you make of it. If you want to play, on servers with no one and just run around shooting zombies, that's great, but the game's going to get boring very fast. What makes it such an amazing game that spawns so many, great water cooler stories is the interactions with other players. And like I said, it's so rare to actually come across someone who will help you. And that makes it so that when it does happen, it's all the more special. But most of the time, people will just want to straight up, murder you. Either for fun or for your equipment. And, I keep hearing this on. Although there was a bug a while back that made all the indigenous wildlife, rabbits and shit, have zombie noises. So everybody was, constantly freaking out in the middle of nowhere because they heard zombies, when in reality it was just the rabbits that had the wrong sound file. And, yeah. I suck at this, I lost my train. Human interaction, right, yeah, social experiment. That's what I was talking about. Okay. But it just spawns these, really great opportunities. I've had this done to me several times, or a bunch of times actually, and I've done it to other people, but where people will appear to be friendly, and if you're gullible enough, or you find someone gullible enough, you don't, realize it, but, people will be friendly, and they'll, help you out, and then they just, murder you as soon as, one time I was with 3 guys, and, 2 guys that I just met, and we were looking around, and one of us found a rifle, and instantaneously it turned into just this bloody massacre, because suddenly there was a reason for us to kill each other. And it's just these great moments that it's like that old give a man a mask and you will see his true face. It's a great quote. I feel like that applies to Dayz a lot. That's kind of corny to say, but you just get to see people's true nature. Are there good Samaritan? Who's a good Samaritan and who just has fun, literally ruining someone's day. Because the other great thing about Dayz is it's complete permadeath, and you can only have one character at a time. So, this guy right here, I've probably put, a solid 2 week, or like 2 weeks, as in like hours upon hours, like 2 full weeks, as in like every hour of the day, spread out over, you know, many months, but that much time into this character, when I think the average life's, at least in the mod, the website used to have a counter for the average lifespan of characters, and it was no more than, at its most, like an hour and 20 minutes of in-game time. Because also DayZ has an entirely 24/7 real-world clock. There's no like super fast sunsets and sunrises. If you're on a server that fits your current playtime, if the only time you can play is like 10 at night after classes and work, then, and that's the server you want to play on, then it's going to be nighttime. And nighttime's pitch black and completely changes the way the game is played. So it's these great elements and stuff. And looking at my guy's thirsty. I need water. But the thing is I need filtered water or something that's in a can. Because if I drink just out of like a river or a well, there's a good chance I may give myself like E. coli or something, and then my character will visibly start throwing up and then die. And then if I get too dehydrated, my character will start passing out. And I keep hearing zombies. I think that rabbit glitch is back or something. Or it's one of the more horrifying glitches where like you can't even see the zombies even though they're there. But it's an alpha. Still work in progress. Okay. It looks as if I do not have any water whatsoever, which could be a problem. Also, it's blurry, because, another great thing about DayZ is, I mean, it was based on a military sim, right? So, which, you know, helps with the joke that still stands true to this day, that DayZ is basically just a really pretty running simulator. Because you literally just, like, run miles. Like I am right now. But it was based on a military simulator. So, it's not like, there's no regenerating health. There's nothing like that. Like, if you get shot in the head once, depending on the caliber of the bullet, you are most likely going to die. So, there's streamers who take their shit very seriously. And I once watched a 2-hour gameplay video of this guy doing sniping and counter-sniping with 3 other, like, just strangers that actually knew their shit. And it's like the tactics he were using are real-life tactics that they teach snipers. The, like, super, like, rarely moving, being very careful about it, having, like, 2 spotters, and then just all this tension and cat and mouse with very brief moments of action. And that's how the game is, and it's really not everyone's cup of tea, but no game can make my heart, like, pulse as much as DayZ and make me, like, freak out. So very much. Like, there countless times I've scared my cats half to death by screaming loudly because I either died or I just, like, started taking fire and all of a sudden my legs were broken and my guy couldn't move and I was bleeding and I already ripped off my character's shirt earlier on to use it as a bandage and I was just fucked, and yeah, so it's very intense. That's the gist of what I'm saying. I don't know how long I've been talking. I'm probably not gonna do... I'm probably not going to encounter anyone, although I'm headed into one of the major cities, and there's always people here, so I would be quite surprised if I didn't encounter anyone. Or my computer just sucks so much that I'm, like, running past tons of people and just can't see them because of my shitty computer. Oh, yeah, great. No message received. I'm gonna get kicked for lagging so hard. Okay. Well, yeah, if I do get kicked, which I think I'm about to, that's Daisy in a nutshell. You basically just saw me run around and talk about it in a very discordant and incoherent manner. But, yeah. There we go. Okay. Cheers.